Attention passionate Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Dallas, COWBOYSFANS. Let's get to the news. When you think about the Dallas Cowboys, you think about one of the most iconic franchises in NFL history. A team with a storied past, filled with legendary players, unforgettable moments, and a fan base that's arguably the most passionate in all of professional football. And right now, the Cowboys are generating a ton of buzz, not just because of their ongoing quest to return to the Super Bowl, but because of some recent developments that could seriously shake up the entire NFC East division. So let's dive into what's happening, what it means for Dallas, and how these changes could shape the future of this team in the upcoming season. First, let's talk about the current state of the Cowboys. They've been a team on the rise, especially over the last few seasons, showing flashes of dominance on both sides of the ball. Their offense, led by quarterback Dak Prescott, continues to evolve with some promising weapons around him, including CD Lamb, one of the most exciting young receivers in the league today. Prescott himself has been working tirelessly to bounce back from injuries and to lead this squad to consistent playoff success. But it's not just about the offensive weapons. The real strength of this team lies on the defensive side, particularly with players like Micah Parsons, who's rapidly becoming one of the most disruptive defenders in the NFL. Micah Parsons, in particular, has been a revelation. This young linebacker has quickly established himself as a game changer, known for his explosiveness, relentless pursuit of the quarterback, and his ability to make plays all over the field. Just last season, Parsons racked up impressive stats, including double-digit sacks and numerous tackles for loss. His presence has transformed the Cowboys' defense into one of the most formidable units in the league. And as we look ahead to the upcoming season, all eyes are on Parsons and how he'll continue to elevate the team's pass rush and overall defensive strategy. But it's not just the individual talents that are capturing attention. The Dallas Cowboys organization has been actively working to fine-tune their roster, making strategic moves in the offseason to address some of the team's needs. They've been shoring up their offensive line to protect Prescott better, adding depth at wide receiver, and bolstering their linebacker core to maximize Parsons' potential. The coaching staff, led by Mike McCarthy, has been emphasizing a balanced approach, aggressive on defense, innovative on offense, to ensure they're ready for the battles that await in the brutal NFC. This meticulous planning and execution are part of what makes the Cowboys such a compelling team to follow. Now, let's touch on some of the recent news that's really setting the NFL world on fire. There's been a lot of chatter about other teams in the division, like the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants, who have made significant offseason upgrades themselves. But what's really interesting is the ripple effect these moves could have on the Cowboys' trajectory. For example, the Eagles, who just made a splash with some key draft picks and veteran signings, are looking to defend their title as NFC East champions. The Giants, on the other hand, are quietly building a more competitive roster, with new additions on both sides of the ball. The NFC East is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in recent memory, and the Cowboys know they'll have their work cut out for them. But what about the internal developments? Well, there's been a lot of buzz about the team's leadership and the chemistry in the locker room. Prescott seems more motivated than ever, and the younger players, especially Parsons, are stepping up as leaders. The coaching staff is emphasizing discipline, execution, and resilience, key ingredients if they want to make a serious run. And with the team's recent draft selections, which included some promising rookies, the Cowboys are aiming to add more youthful talent to their veteran core. This blend of experienced players and young talent could be the secret sauce that propels them deep into the playoffs. Now, an interesting aspect that's often overlooked is the strategy behind their offseason moves. The Cowboys have been very calculated. They're not just throwing money around, they're building a team with a clear vision, one that combines offensive firepower with a stout defense. The addition of new players in the secondary and line depth shows a commitment to versatility and resilience. The coaching staff's focus on improving third down efficiency, red zone scoring, and turnover differential could make the difference in tight games. Plus, the development of Prescott and the continued growth of Parsons will be crucial. You know, it's also worth mentioning the historical significance of this team. The Dallas Cowboys have been to the Super Bowl 8 times and have won 5 of those appearances. They've had legendary players like Roger Staubach, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, and Michael Irvin who left an indelible mark on the sport. But in recent years, the team has been striving to recapture that magic, and the recent roster moves, combined with the rising star power of guys like Parsons, indicate that they're on the right path. The question is, can they sustain this momentum through a tough NFC schedule and finally bring home another Super Bowl victory after decades of waiting? Looking at the recent season, the Cowboys finished with a solid record, but there's always that feeling that they could have gone further. Their defense was top-ranked in many categories, especially in sacks and turnovers forced, but their offense sometimes struggled with consistency. That's why the offseason focus on offensive line upgrades and weapon diversification has fans optimistic about this upcoming year. The division rivals are strong, but Dallas's talent and strategic planning make them a team to watch. The NFC is packed with talented squads, but the Cowboys' combination of experience, youth, and a renewed focus on team cohesion could be what finally pushes them over the edge. Now, let's imagine what's next. The season is approaching fast, and the team's training camp is buzzing with energy. Camp reports suggest that the players are motivated, healthy, and eager to prove themselves. The coaching staff is stressing the importance of staying injury-free and maintaining the team's chemistry. Fans are eagerly awaiting the first game, hoping for a strong start, and many are already speculating about how far this team can go. The NFC East, as I mentioned earlier, is one of the most competitive divisions in the league right now, with every team hungry for glory. The Cowboys, with their mix of veteran grit and youthful exuberance, seem poised to make a serious statement this season. And of course, the media is all over every move, every practice report, and every quote from players and coaches alike. Analysts are debating whether the Cowboys have enough to dethrone the Eagles or if the Giants' new acquisitions will finally push them into playoff contention. But what's clear is that the Cowboys are back in the spotlight and the NFL universe is watching closely. They have all the ingredients for a deep playoff run, and if everything clicks, if Prescott stays healthy, Parsons continues to dominate, and the offensive line holds up, they could very well be one of the top contenders come January. Now, for the fans tuning in, this isn't just about football. It's about pride, tradition, and a team that's been a part of American sports culture for decades. The Cowboys fan base is legendary for their loyalty and passion, and every game is a celebration. From the iconic star on their helmets to the raucous crowds at AT&T Stadium, everything about this team screams resilience and hope. And with the recent developments, that hope feels even more justified. The Cowboys are more than just a team, they're a symbol of perseverance and excellence. Before we wrap up, I want to highlight one more thing. The NFL is a league where injuries, unforeseen circumstances, and game day performances can change everything in an instant. But if the Cowboys can stay healthy, keep their focus, and execute on the field, they are well positioned for a major breakthrough. The division is tough, yes, but that also means they will be battle-hardened come playoff time. The coaching staff's experience, combined with the talent of players like Micah Parsons and C.D. Lamb, gives them a real shot at not just making noise but going all the way. So in summary, the Dallas Cowboys are entering a critical phase of their season. The recent moves, the rising stars, and the strategic mindset of the organization all point toward a potentially historic year. Fans should be excited because this isn't just about another season, it's about chasing greatness once again, about returning to the Super Bowl stage and making a statement that echoes through NFL history. The NFC East is fierce, but the Cowboys have all the tools to rise to the top. And I, for one, can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Stay tuned because this is just the beginning of what promises to be an unforgettable journey for Dallas Cowboys fans everywhere. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on all these developments? Do you believe this team has what it takes to finally bring home another Super Bowl? Are you confident in Prescott's leadership and Parsons' rise, or do you think there are still some gaps that need filling? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. This team continues to inspire, and every step they take towards the season is a step closer to potentially rewriting their history. Thanks for being part of this incredible journey, and as always, go Cowboys.